A 12-person jury was charged on Friday afternoon in the case against Dale Stonechild, accused in the violent killing of Victor McNabb. McNabb's body was found at his home at 1445 Ray Street on the morning of January 9th, 2013. Well, guys, earlier today, this back alley behind me was filled with a heavy police presence. Police had barricaded off a home in the 1700 block of Winnipeg Street. This alley was filled with police officers, cars. There were spike belts at either end of the alley. With all these changes coming down the pipe, brew pubs are needing to adapt to keep up. Menus are changing to ensure customers have plenty of options on tap. At the heart of the discussion is a controversial video posted online that has already been shared nearly 1,700 times. Rebecca Lesko with the story. The building is considered to be beyond repair and will eventually be torn down. Katherine Hill, CTV News, Regina. Aside from the Northern Territories, Saskatchewan has the highest number of suicides of any province in Canada. Across the country, the suicide rate in Aboriginal Canadians is 3 to 6 times the national average. Regina police are asking for the public's help in finding a 71-year-old man last seen Friday morning. An early spring warm-up hasn't deterred winter fun in Fort Capel. Most businesses do follow the liquor serving rules, but SLGA can sanction those that don't. Sanctions can include fines, suspensions, and cancellations of liquor licenses. The town does have mixed feelings. While some mourn the loss of the building, others question the cost-effectiveness of the structure. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and there is no word yet on whether the Eco Centre will be rebuilt. Katherine Hill, CTV News, Craig. That's right, Dan. It looks like it will be an expensive year for students in Saskatchewan. That's according to a new study from Statistics Canada showing that Saskatchewan students pay the third highest tuition of any province in the country. The study says that the average tuition cost for Saskatchewan students is more than $7,000 per year. The Big Bash tournament has brought 8 teams to the Queen City, 6 Canadian and 2 international. These teams are made up of the best players each city has to offer, including an all-star roster from right here in Regina. 10 days, 1 wall, and countless spray cans. That's all Danny Fernandez needs to create his latest masterpiece.
I've been painting a tribute to Robert Gardikiotis.
Gardikiotis owned and operated the Copper Kettle on Scarth Street for more than 50 years. He passed away in March at the age of 81.
We were originally going to do something a bit smaller scale inside the pub, but then after the passing of Robert, the patriarch of the family here, we really wanted to do something for him, like really representing his 50 years in the business downtown and helping build Regina's downtown.
Well, the far left side of the image is basically a shot from the 60s, kind of like what it looked like then, with a younger version of Anne and Robert in the middle, and then to the right of them is O'Hanlon's in the Scar Street area now.
A wall downtown is the perfect canvas to immortalize Gardikiotis' legacy.
Though Robert, Regina's downtown definitely wouldn't be where it is today. He really worked hard his entire life to make sure Regina downtown was the best it could be.
Gardikiotis' hard work is especially felt at O'Hanlon's and the Copper Kettle, venues that have special meaning to Fernandez as well.
It's an honor. I think it's great to be a part of something. I feel like I've never technically worked for O'Hanlon's, but I definitely feel like I'm part of the family just from doing so many different types of events here over the years. So I feel like it was fitting to maybe have me come and do it as well.
I think you would just be so happy knowing that everything that he strived for over the years is going to be remembered.
And just like the man who inspired the piece, this mural will shake up Regina's downtown core for many years to come. Katherine Hill, CTV News, Regina. It will be at least 20 years before Clayton Eichler can walk the streets as a free man. On Tuesday, he was sentenced to 2 life sentences after pleading guilty to second-degree murder in the deaths of Kelly Goforth and Rochelle Bear.
I feel for the other family because they don't have a daughter to bury.
Both women went missing in 2013. Goforth's body was eventually discovered in a dumpster in the 1700 block of McCarra Street. Bear's body still hasn't been found.
Hoping that one day, my daughter will come home, and we never stop looking, and we will never stop looking.
The Regina Police Service is currently investigating 16 long-term missing persons cases, 7 involving women. The youngest missing person is Tamara Keepness, who disappeared 12 years ago at the age of 5.
They're all under investigation, still open investigations, and we're still hopeful that we receive information in any one of those that would help to solve a case.
In 2004, the disappearance of Keepness made national headlines. It also inspired Erica Bowden to get involved, offering support to families.
We all established a personal connection with Tamara and her family as we worked on bringing her home.
Bowden says she feels Eichler's sentence isn't long enough, but she's happy with the evolution of Saskatchewan's justice system.
I've lived to see there be more of a response by our justice system to give more incarcerated time for somebody who has been found guilty of one of our women's deaths.
Her role today is to provide support for long-term cases where women have been missing for more than 6 months.
We would be working with them, with the police, advocating with police, with media, with the court system, working on vigils, working on activities to keep their loved ones' memories alive.
It reminds people that 365 days of the year, there are people missing from our community.
Bowden and the families are looking forward to the future.
My hope is that there is never another missing or murdered Indigenous woman.
A hope that has made it to the national stage, with the launch of the federal government's inquiry into missing and murdered Indigenous women at the beginning of September. Katherine Hill, CTV News, Regina.